Today I'm going to make crumble. Now what I'm going to make is an apple and plum crumble, and it's going to be for our dessert because it's Sunday. So I've 2 apples and 2 plums there. I'll not use all of them. I'll use all the 2 plums because they've gone a bit soft. I might only use 1 apple, I might use 1.5. And I'm putting it into this Pyrex dish that you've seen before, and I've greased it. So the basic ingredients for a crumble is flour and fat, and it's usually half fat to flour. So I, as usual, have my own wee take on it. So because I'm making such a small amount, I'm making 8 ounces of flour and 4 ounces of fat. So you'll see at the back there, I have some stork or have some unsalted butter. But I'm going to use the unsalted butter simply, as I said before, I like the flavour of it. So then the other, it's half fat to flour. So I have got 6 ounces of plain flour in the scale pan there. And I have weighed up 1 ounce of porridge oats, which you can see at the back there, plus 1 ounce, of course, wholemeal flour. And that gives it a wee bit more crunchiness. And then I'm going to add, you'll see I have 2 spices there, and you know what I love spice. So a wee bit of nutmeg and a wee bit of cinnamon that I'm going to add to the crumble mixture as well. But if you don't like any of that, all you need to do is take 8 ounces of plain flour and 4 ounces of the butter or stork and crumble it in, cut it down small, and then crumble it with your fingers until it's like frying breadcrumbs. And I'll show you that as I go along. So I have my fat cut up, and I'm going to rub it into the flour now. So that's the crumble mixture almost ready. When you sort of lift it up and squeeze it between your 2 fingers using both hands. You could make this in the mixer, but I'm making such a small amount it's hardly worth the bother of getting it down from top of the cupboard and washing the bowl and all the rest. So you take it between your thumb and your first finger and just do that and use both hands. Now I'm going to add the, that's it ready. So I need to add my porridge oats, which I've done, and then I'm going to add some sugar. So that's the sugar in now. The next thing then is the cinnamon, and I'm not measuring it or anything, just throwing a wee lot in. Probably there's a good spoonful in it there because I love cinnamon. And the nutmeg, I'm going to hold off with it, and I'm going to put it on top of the apples and the plums. So just to do the plum, all you do is wash the plum, cut the plum in half, and then, so I've cut the plum, and I'm going to squeeze it round with with both hands till it's in half. So that's the plum. All I need to do now is take the stone out, and I'm going to quarter it or cut it up into small pieces just like that. So that's my plum and my apple ready. I've used 2 apples and 2 plums because I like stacks of fruit, and you don't have to do that. And now I'm going to put the sugar on top because it can be pretty bitter. It's up to yourself how much sugar you put into it, but I have a good tablespoonful in that, and I'm just going to sprinkle in a wee drop of nutmeg into the sugar mixture, stir it all up, and I'm going to pour it over, spilled half of it, pour it over the fruit, and I'll stir it all up a wee bit, not much, and then I'll top it with the crumble. Now I mightn't need all of the crumble. I think I put a wee drop more sugar in that because I spilled a bit. So that's the fruit ready. Now I'm going to add the crumble. Now I have made sort of the basic recipe. It probably won't take all of this. I'm trying to put this all into the crumble with one hand and video it with the other. So we'll see how we go with this. That's it coming on well. And I'll be dropping what I've left over. I'm going to put in a freezer bag and stick it in the freezer. And the next time I make crumble, I'll just add what I've left over there to it, or I might just make a wee small one. Either way. That's it ready to go into the oven. So that's apple crumble. All you need, well, apple and plum crumble. So all you need is a basic mixture of crumble. If you want to make it a healthy, that's a pretty healthy, I would say, recipe. You could swap the sugar for a sweetener like canderel or something like that. And you've got plenty of fruit in there. You've got porridge oats, which are good for you. You have a wee bit of wholemeal flour. So apart from the actual sugar and the butter or the stork, it's not too bad. So you can substitute the fattening and the less healthy things for healthier things, if that's what you want to do. So I'm going to put it into an oven, probably about 170, and it'll take it about half an hour. So this is the crumble just out of the oven. And now I'm going to sprinkle a wee bit of sugar on top just to make it look nice. So there you have it, apple and plum crumble. What I did use was the ordinary sugar, ordinary granulated sugar. But most times if I'm making this with porridge oats, I would put in brown sugar. Gives it that nice crunchy caramelly flavour, but white sugar's fine. So that's Cooey's ready to eat in the bowl with some custard, which we're going to have in a wee minute. And this is mine. Now look at those, the plums and the apple. And I like mine warm with a little bit of ice cream with it. So that's it. Can't wait to get my teeth into that. So there we are, all ready to go. Just looks lovely.